53 miles for 53 years. That's 5.3 miles for 10 straight days, after work, rain or shine. After a whirlwind 3-day weekend of hiking in 3 different counties, meeting good friends and seeing new places, we're back close to home. We'll visit familiar spots, see what the summer weather has in store for us, and connect with more trail family. Day 7 finds us with Sanjay strolling along the Glacial Drumlin Trail in Waukesha County.
How you walked so far?
We have just started.
Oh, okay.
Those stairs probably go down to a subdivision, right? And
yeah, it came out good.
yeah, and if you're on this trail here, right at this point in this trail, this is interesting. So you can't really see it through the trees, but you have to look hard. But there is a subdivision back there, and if I remember on Google Maps, there's like 8 or 9 streets, so you probably have maybe 100 homes, and that's their path to get back here. But now, here's the other cool part. Do you know what's right over there? What does that look like? Can you see it through the trees at all?
The golf course.
That is the Brandywine Golf Course.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a PGA course.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You know, but if you just kind of like wandering around through this green tunnel, you don't really notice that, do you?
Brandy Brook, yeah.
Yeah, Brandy Brook, that's the name.
Hi.
Okay, so this is a little step, and otherwise known as Sanjay. And something interesting happened to you this weekend. What would that have been?
I finished the trail, Ice Age Trail.
The whole Ice Age Trail.
It took me 32 months.
And about how many miles?
1224.
That's just bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't that incredible?
I did both bifurcations, so on my sheet it says 1224.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So right here you've got 2,000 milers walking, and yesterday you had 3,000 milers walking together, and on
wow. Thursday
Thursday you'll see another one. We sort of end up kind of being a community, don't we?
Wow, that's cool.
Bicycle. We are actually, although it looks flat, and I've mentioned this before in a different video, we are actually on a curve in the railroad. It doesn't seem like it, but we are. And this particular curve was a little bit tough. So 8 trains derailed between 55 and 84. So yeah, and here's some of the old track that's left behind. Yep. Times they don't. All right, approaching our turnaround spot. Ooh, look, electrical substation. I'll bet there's some monkey bars we can play on over there. The driveways, if there's bushes and stuff, they make excellent places to stop and take a break, and people don't usually bug you. I mean, you know, don't climb the fence or anything, right? 2.79 is our turnaround point, so we're going to be over 5.3. Look at that. We've got weather coming in, but with any luck, we're not going to get poured on. These guys coming through. Hi there, guys. Only mildly spooky having an umbrella walking while there's lightning going on, but only mildly.
Is that a wood umbrella?
Woo! No cars. I'd say it's a little bit wet out here. Just past 5 miles. Thunder and lightning, downpours. We've almost stepped on toads.
There's no more bikes either. All the bikes are gone too.
Well, not able to capture 5.3. We decided to give that a miss. And day 7 ends in a thunderstorm. There we are. Welcome to day 8, trekkers. We have managed to find our way today out to Capitol Springs State Park, one of Wisconsin's newest and smaller state parks. This park has woodlands and a prairie, and despite being the early days of July and the prairie blooms kind of fading, the wildlife, deer and rabbits and birds are abundant and active as ever, as are the mosquitoes. Oh, this was plan B today. I had planned to travel a little further from home, but boy, I woke up and stiff and sore, and that just didn't improve as the day went on. So I made the command decision here later this afternoon, or earlier this afternoon. I was just going to travel a little bit closer. This is perhaps 10 minutes from where I live, and just take a nice, easy stroll. And I'm glad I did, because the body is simply not happy today. But we will make our 5.3 miles as promised. This park sits right on the shores of Lake Waukesha. Well, I guess this would be considered the city of Madison. And on the other side is the village of McFarland. Appears there's a little bit more trail in here than I thought there was, and a little bit bigger than I thought it was, though it's still not big. But what really makes this nice is that it sits directly adjacent to Dane County's Lake Farm County Park, which has a few more miles of trails, and the Capital City Trail, which goes into a greenway and a disc golf course and a dog park. So this is kind of a nice little entrance to a great deal of public land in a major metropolitan area. Clamshell worship, huh? Interesting. You'll see they have memorials. Almost all the benches are dedicated to someone. This one is actually something that means a little bit to me. I didn't know Jim very well, but I knew him as a running acquaintance many, many moons ago. He was a long-time cross-country coach for Madison West High School. Completely shocked. There's a hill. This nearly mile-long walking and biking bridge skirts the northern part of Lake Waukesha, crosses the inlet between Mud Lake and Lake Waukesha, and ends up over in the village of McFarland. right at the edge of the Nine Springs Wildlife Refuge. And on just the other side of Nine Springs is the infamous Beltline Highway. There we go. And here we are. That's day 8, guys. Plan B was awesome. Oh, it's day 9. Wow, we're counting it down. And today is going to be a really fun one. Boy, I'll tell you what, the weather is hot. It's 86 degrees, but the humidity is nice and low. Fortunately, the bugs are out. There are some clouds forming up. We'll see what they do in terms of rain, and maybe maybe it'll be a little less wet than it was the other day. So what's really special about today? Well, 2 things is one, we're at the Mecan River section of the Ice Age Trail, and actually at the Mecan Springs State Wildlife Area, which is one of the most spectacular spots along the Ice Age Trail and one of the top spots in Wisconsin that is very much overlooked. This whole area is very much overlooked. And in a little bit, we're going to be joined by another good hiking buddy, Kathy, who, just like everybody else you've met so far in these last 10 days, has finished the Ice Age Trail. I do know what I'm trying to say. Well, while we wait for Kathy, I'm just going to kind of enjoy the quiet and the butterflies and the birds and the bugs.
Oh. Down to the river, but it's so narrow right down there.
Yeah, it's just incredible. And you know, I've mentioned this many times before. This whole area in here, Waukesha, Waupaca, Marquette County, everybody knows it from the highways, right? And they know it to be this flat, sandy area.
Yeah.
But you get off the highways,
And it's a whole nother thing.
and this is what the glacier did to us.
Yep.
Yeah. Here we go. Black caps are just about ready. Some of them are. Look at this.
And this one's a little on the green side, but hey.
And I'm seeing things on the same trails I hadn't seen before.
Yeah. I know that. The other morning when I was out here early in the morning, the light was just hitting it and it was just kind of all golden.
Are they?
Not Columbine.
About 6.5 years left. At a minimum, I can go part-time, but I'm hoping that at 59.5. And there we go. And here we are. The car is about 1/10 of a mile ahead.
The final day, day 10. I'm tired. a little worn out, and at a loss for where to go. It's hot, humid, windy, and my back hurts. I've changed my mind twice while driving, finally ending up at the John Muir trails near Whitewater and Palmyra. I look to reflect on the previous 9 days and make their meaning coherent. I answer 2 phone calls from family and a friend along the way, disconnected a little, but at the end, pretty darn pleased.
Day 10, our final day and our final 5.3 plus miles. And we are out here at the John Muir Trails, south of Palmyra, Wisconsin. I can't think of a better place to end this multi-day adventure than at a beautiful trail system named after the one Wisconsinite who probably inspires most of us to heed that call to go outside and find our everyday adventure. Well, I do know we started here, and we are currently here. And how we got here, I honestly can't tell you. I am just following these little squiggles, and I am trying to follow Mr. Hiker sign and the correct arrow so that I don't have bicycles coming up from behind. Hello. How are you doing? This is an excellent example of a kettle. This one actually retained the water and is a marsh, and the moraine, that low ridge right up ahead. And then on the back side, we have another hummocky little ridge. Okay, I know where we are and where I want to go. We are here at MR4. We're going to follow the green loop, the finger loop, past the rhythm section and the Lagrange point. Somewhere in here, we're going to meet ZZ Top. Ba-dum-dum. And we'll come back up this way. Notice the arrow going down that way. We're going against the traffic. And this will eventually get us back up here. I'm not going to do the math, but I bet we hit 5.3 somewhere right here in Richard's Revenge, which is better than Montezuma's Revenge. I do not think I have seen a meadow so overly dedicated to thistle. This is truly a no man's land right here. Black caps. Nom nom nom. Sticky fingers. First 3 days kept us close to home. Places that were familiar still provided stunning scenery and awesome company. Forming the middle part of our fun little adventure, days 4, 5, and 6 also had crows, but they saw us explore Jackson County, Clark County, and Eau Claire County. Along the way, hitting one of the county high points and an absolutely fantastic campground. And back close to home, days 7 and 8. Though weary to the bone, still able to get out and find some companionship and some weather-related adventure along the trails. Day 9, the body largely recovered, brought us back to one of my favorite segments of the Ice Age Trail on a beautiful but sticky summer evening. There we go. And here we are. Well, and that brings us to today, day 10. You know, most people do multi-day adventures of one degree or another. There's usually a main focus to it. They're going to reach some unexplored spot. They're doing it to lose 30 pounds. They're doing it to find their inner wild child. And none of that was true for me in coming up with this idea. It was simply not that I wanted to do something, I just wanted to do this. I didn't want to make something out of this. I just wanted to do. And hopefully that's what we've done. So, you know, if that's the case, if you did it just to do it, was there anything you actually did come away with? What were the takeaways from this? Nothing really profound, except that the biggest challenge was time. Driving 3 hours, 2.5 hours to hike 2.5 to 4 hours after work makes for a very long, hard day. I think the other thing that comes out, and you know, that was talked about in the previous video, particularly on day 9, is that, you know, if you look at the people that I hiked with and you looked at the regions where I went to hike, the Ice Age Trail community really played a huge role in that. And that's something that I don't take for granted. So I guess closing out day 10, closing out 10 days of 5.3 plus miles, hey, happy 53rd birthday to me.
"53 miles for 53 years. I was inspired, and I hope you'll be too.